Welcome back, trainers. We have a very lengthy video for you here today. We're just going to be doing some battles in rank 7, just working our way up and seeing that there is really no pressure at this time to perform at maximum peak potential. We're going to just kind of have a little fun here. Yeah, we're using that Mawile still, which is going to be magnificent. And we're going to be taking a look at many different teams throughout this video, so you're not going to see the same team throughout all of these battles here. And with that said, we're going to talk about a few other things. We have a lot of weird stuff going on in Pokemon Go, which we're going to be getting to later today, regarding things like Curlias with top hats and Shinx with top hats, Fashion Week. Hey, I'm down whatever events that Niantic wants to bring to the table. Let's see what they can give us here. So, taking a look at the Suicune here, we are running the Bubble Beam, which is going to lower the opponent's attack by 1 stage, and also running Ice Beam. Now, the combination on Suicune is very situational. So you always obviously want Bubble Beam. That's a given. Now, do you want to go with Hydro Pump or do you want to go with Ice Beam? Now, also, do you want to use your Shadow? Because I've seen a lot of people asking this question. Should I power up my Shadow? Should I not? What should I do? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you TM'd it, that's going to be an expensive Pokemon to buy a secondary move on. And I'm not going to say the performance is, my gosh, it blew me away. But if you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. I'm not going to say go ahead and do it, but if you want to, based on the performance that you are seeing in this video, then you make that decision, because the Shadow apparently is not performing as well. Suicune is pretty tanky, so you do have that going for it as a Shadow. I guess it is going to have a bit of bulk to it, although it's going to have that 20% drop in defense. Now, between the Ice Beam and Hydro Pump, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What are the matchups? Now, personally, I am going with that Ice Beam. We're going to switch it up to Hydro Pump here in a little while. But my situation is basically this. I have a move on a Pokemon, and I'm going with it because of a specific situation. I don't run into those situations, and I switch it back to the move that I think that I should have, or it is recommending on PV Poke or something like that. And then I'm not running into those specific Pokemon that I need to be aligned with to fully utilize that specific move. So it's just like all whacked out, right? Ice Beam is going to be great because it's going to be giving me coverage up against Altaria or Grass, right? Hydro Pump and then Bubble Beam. I'm going to be locked into a Grass Pokemon and not look too good, because we do have Snarl for that quick move, which is going to be gaining energy pretty fast. But then if you're up against a Water type, what are you going to do? What, keep hitting it with Water moves? Technically, Suicune can beat Azumarill with Bubble Beam and Hydro Pump, but with Bubble Beam and Ice Beam, it ain't happening. So I decided to switch it up and see what we can do. But anyways, with that said, personally, what moves? I'm going to say, like we said, Bubble Beam. And then for that secondary move, maybe Ice Beam, folks. Yeah, I think Ice Beam is going to be what you want to go with, although Hydro Pump is going to be what it's calling for. All right. And like we said, we're going to be looking at several different teams throughout this video. So this trainer was using a Gyarados. That threw me off. I was like, okay, so we're retreating our Mawile with a ton of energy after they do swap into their Stunfisk here, which is not going to be able to hit us very hard with any of its charge moves. As a matter of fact, everything is going to be resisted here. So we're just going to build up a little bit of energy and go ahead and take it out. They're going to be bringing in the Shadow Victory Bell here. We're just going to go ahead and go for Frenzy Plant. This is an Earthquake. You better shield it up. So they shield it up. Frenzy Plant would have still done a decent amount of damage, even though it is going to be massively resisted by the Victory Bell there. Going for another one here. As you can see, the damage there, it's not doing too much. That Victory Bell does have energy, so we need to look out here. Bringing our Suicune in. Don't know why. Let's see how this does play out. So they're going for Acid Spray. Fantastic. They're going to be, well, I mean, not fantastic. They're going to be lowering our defense. Mawile, give it an inch. It will take a mile. Let's see what it can do here. That Razor Leaf is going to hurt. We're getting off one Power-Up Punch, vamping up our Fire Fang. We need to do this again here, folks. This is getting real close. Gyarados coming in. We're taking it out. And then we're able to take out that Shadow Victory Bell. You didn't even see it. It was so quick with that Fire Fang that it has been vamped up by the Power-Up Punch. Magnificent. Moving it on to the next battle here. We're met with an Umbreon with our Mawile, Shadow. So that's, you know, it's not the worst situation. It's not the best. They're going to be swapping immediately into their Deoxys defense, and we're going to go right into our Meganium. Now, the reason why we go into our Meganium and not the Suicune is because it can have potentially Thunderbolt, which is going to be doing super effective damage to our Suicune. Yeah, we can get off Bubble Beam, but this is just a better situation. With Meganium, they're going to be forced to go Rock Slide, and then eventually maybe Psycho Boost if they do have that. So they're getting off a Rock Slide. Farming down there, getting a bit brave. They still have 2 shields. We're going to be going for the Frenzy Plant immediately here. Let's see what they bring in. It's their own Meganium. So, all right, let's see if we're going to be able to work around this. We do have that Suicune in the back that does need to look out for that. Bringing it down pretty low here, swapping it into our Mawile, and expecting an Earthquake. It's a Frenzy Plant, all right, so they've got their shields out of us, bringing in that Umbreon here. We're not looking too hot without any shields over here. Going to be going for an Iron Head, bringing it down to about half here. Whatever they do throw at us is not going to be very effective, but it is going to start adding up because Mawile is squishy, right? So we're going to go ahead and obviously take this to the face. A foul play, not very effective, and surviving, able to get to a power-up punch here. Now, can I swap? I think it is time to swap. Yeah, there we go. Into our Suicune. Great. Going to be going for that Bubble Beam immediately to lower the attack so we can take reduced damage, of course. They're using a shield, which is great because that would have done no damage whatsoever. But they need to hold on to that. They're going into their Meganium. We're able to farm it down. That was key. That was beautiful. Able to get to another Bubble Beam thanks to the energy gain that we did pick up on the Meganium. Going for another one on them, lowering that attack, and it did get reset, so it is only down by 1 stage, but it is now going to be brought down by 2 right here. And our Snarl Quick Move is not very effective. We're going to be able to survive anything here. We should be able to farm down with not very effective and take the win with the Suicune. Looking great. All right, really liking Suicune, guys. It's a fun pick here. And if you're thinking, well, why not Azumarill? I mean, why would you do that? I mean, doesn't that seem like a better team composition, having Azumarill with a little bit better coverage, a tankier? Yeah, not really. Here's the reason why. Azumarill is part Fairy. Therefore, going up against Swampert, right here, as we see, perfect timing. You're not going to be looking too hot. So there's that Sludge Wave. That would have done a lot of damage to Azumarill, right? Suicune, well, it's just water, so it's just going to be taking neutral damage. And simple as that. And if we do reduce the attack with the Bubble Beam, it's going to be doing that much less damage. And that is specifically why. Not for the Swampert, but just because we want to drop that Fairy typing. And Suicune is magnificent. It is a staller, straight up. With this Bubble Beam, some of these battles can just carry on. Look at this Skarmory struggling to farm me down here. They want to farm me down here. Look they can't. They're releasing their energy here because we brought their attack down so much that the Quick Move was doing barely anything. Able to go in here with the Mawile. We're getting off a Power Punch. I don't know if this is the play here. Let's see. All right, getting a shield. All right, that's big. Bringing in Meganium. We can expect a Sludge Wave. That will hurt us quite a bit here. So we're going to go ahead and shield that out. Good shield call right there. Farming them down. Have a bunch of energy. They're going in here. We have a lot of energy built up here. Frenzy Plants are going to hurt everything. Not including Skarmory, but the Skarmory is so low. Let's see how this plays out. They're not going to be able to KO unless it's Brave Bird. It's not. It's a Sky Tech, and we're able to Vine Whip down on a dang Skarmory flying in Steel type. Meganium is the Skarmory counter confirmed again. All right, so on to the next battle. We're met with a Hypno. Fire Punch is expected, 100%. This isn't Shadow, so, you know, it's not going to KO us. I don't think a Shadow Fire Punch would KO us at this range. It would bring us low enough to take us out in, like, 2 confusions. So we're going to be using a shield. We get a shield out of them with the Power-Up Punch. That's actually pretty good there. We're happy about that. Here's the mistake that I made. Doubling up my shields on this Hypno here was a big mistake. Then swapping into my Suicune and locking myself in without any shields is a big no-no. So they swap into Skarmory, which actually is in a horrible situation for me. So first of all, we're just going to go ahead and lower that attack. Alright, so the attack has been lowered. We don't have to worry about that too much. We're going to be able to survive 2 charge attacks, right? There goes 1 Sky Attack. Beautiful. And they're not going to be able to farm us down. They're going to have to release more energy if they want to take us out before we start doing a lot of damage. Because when we get off an Ice Beam, that is going to hurt. So they're going to be forced to throw their energy here, which is good. We're going to be able to go back in here with the Mawile and immediately hit that Power-Up Punch so we can vamp up that Fire Fang to do that much more damage. And can we get to another one? Please. No, we cannot. This is not looking good. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this one off. Meganium in the back. And they're swapping immediately into their Hypno. We're able to farm down. They gave us the win there, I think. All right, but let's see. In comes the Skarmory. All right, we built up to 2 Frenzy Plants. They have 1 shield. They can shield one of these or let it go through. They have an Azumarill in the back. Okay, this is getting real close. We just need to get one of these through. Can we survive an Ice Beam? That is the question. We cannot. At this range, we're not going to be able to. I think we're going to actually lose this battle. Very close one here. And there we go. We take the loss. But hey, that was a good fight. That was a good battle. GG's to everybody that I'm encountering. Alrighty, let's move on to the next one here, see what we're going to be met with. A Shadow Victory Bell. Haha, let's get it, folks. So they're staying in the fight here, expecting a Bastodon, another Razor Leaf user, or potentially a Medicham in the back. It's going to be an Azumarill. So we did build up our energy. We're going to go ahead and go for the Iron Head here. And are we staying in this fight? We do want to get off another Iron Head. It looks like they want to bubble me down. This is another Iron Head. Let's go ahead and see if we can trick them up. And we do. Fantastic. We're getting a shield out of them. Unfortunately, they're able to farm us down. But what we could do is go ahead and go in here with our Meganium and shield up whatever they do throw at us. We can take an Ice Beam, and that is nice about Meganium. Venusaur could take an Ice Beam as well, but not as... Meganium is beefier, basically, right? So they're hitting that Ice Beam, swapping into their Skarmory here, and we've seen this so many times already, right? The Suicune versus the Skarmory. It is not a bad position to be in for us. So we're just going to be hitting these Bubble Beams, lowering that attack as much as possible in case they want to hit a Brave Bird and kind of just sacrifice their Skarmory here and catch us off guard. So we did bring that down. There's that Brave Bird, and look how much damage that did. Hardly anything. They did lower their defense, so at this point we're going to go ahead and go with the Ice Beam. And don't think they're going to use a shield. They're not. It's going down. We're going to swap into our Meganium immediately here, and now we're in a winning position to take this game. That Azumarill did have a bit of extra energy, so it is going to be hitting this Ice Beam here. I feel like they were trying to build up to 2 because they knew that was their only winning condition to get past that shield, but we're able to get to 2 Frenzy Plants before they're able to accomplish that, and we're taking the win with Meganium. Great. Moving it on to the next battle, folks. Let's see what we're met with. A Galvantula. Beautiful. Absolutely love this. So they're going to be swapping immediately into their Azumarill. We're going to go right into our Meganium, and right off the bat, we're already looking peachy, folks. So just going to be going for the Frenzy Plant immediately, putting on that pressure. They let it go through. What we're going to do is not use a shield ourselves because we've already accomplished what we wanted to do with Meganium, and that's take out Azumarill. We're able to farm it down. And let's hope they come back in here with Galvantula. Try to go for a lunge, but let's see if we can get to an Earthquake first. Alright, there's that Galvantula going for an Earthquake. This is a Frenzy Plant. You don't need to shield. This is not going to do much. Hit them with an Earthquake. Almost one-shots them. They swap into Machamp, and I go right into my Suicune. Got a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, because Machamp's counter is hard-hitting. But watch how we're going to massively reduce it with this Bubble Beam here. Could have hit that Bubble Beam a little bit sooner to reduce a few more of those counters, but I got I don't know why, a little off track there. So there's the first one. I think we need to shield this. We're letting it go through. A little bit brave here. Okay. We're going to maybe be able to get to one more Bubble Beam. Maybe. And we have one shield left. So since they are low enough, I feel like Mawwow's Fire Fang should be able to finish this off. So we're swapping. They're swapping. And we're able to take out that Pokemon because they had no health. Maybe they're trying to catch a charge move here. Going to be shielding up our Mawwow 100% and finishing it off. Don't know why they didn't use that last shield. GG's. Nonetheless, on to the next battle. We're met with another Galvantula. Let's see if this trainer wants to stay in or switch. Looks like they're staying in the fight, gaining some energy, then swapping into Deoxys. And again, we've described this in the beginning. The reason why I go in with Meganium is because it has the potential to have Thunderbolt, which is going to be doing a lot of damage to my Suicune. And going in with Meganium is going to secure me not necessarily a win, but just not very effective or super effective damage when they're just going to be hitting me with Rock Slide. And then, like we said, potentially Psycho Boost at the end, which is going to take less energy if they needed to do that. So they're hitting us with another Rock Slide. Meganium is just amazing. And keep in mind that the Meganium that I'm personally using does have, I do believe, max attack. So it's not the ideal bulk for the Great League. It could be even tankier, this Meganium. So pretty good Pokemon for sure regarding taking hits. I'm going to go ahead and go in here with our Suicune, and they revealed their other moves. So they have Rock Slide, Psycho Boost. They lowered their attack. And I was a little bit happy about this situation. I was thinking, okay, you want to lower your attack, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and lower it a little bit more for you, pal. And also farm you down. Seeing that we're doing super effective damage with Snarl, that's doing a little bit extra. And we're able to gain energy. They're going in here with their Galvantula. We're going to go for Ice Beam. Taking them out. They didn't expect that. Well, I mean, they have no more shields, so they... yeah. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and go for the Bubble Beam onto the Azumarill here. And we just need to lower the attack as much as possible. At this point, they have gained quite a bit of energy. Not the best situation. We need to swap immediately into our Mawwow. Going to go for the Iron Head here. This is going to do okay damage. Believe it or not, Mawwow's matchup up against Azumarill is really not that horrible. The only problem is the Mawile squishiness, but if you can get those Iron Heads through, or potentially even a Play Rough, you're going to be hitting a lot of damage, especially if you did vamp it up with Power Up Punch already. So we're letting it go down, but we survive. You see that? We survived, and that was key. If we didn't survive that, we probably would have lost. Well, I don't know. It was a close battle. I think we would have been okay. Alright, so anyways, moving it on to the next one here. We're met with a Shadow Hypno. Again, another threat to our Mawile because of the Fire Punch. So we're going to be building up some energy here and swapping into our Suicune. But now we have the threat of potentially Thunder Punch. So there it is. It was a Thunder Punch. We're shielding it up to preserve the health at no attack drop yet. So we're going to go ahead and drop that attack, and now we're going to be able to take these Thunder Punches a lot better. Let's see how much this does from a Shadow Hypno. Alright, that's not bad. You know, it's doing a good chunk, but hey, we're able to survive, as well as put on more pressure to that Hypno with our super effective quick move. They're blocking the Ice Beam, well played, and we're able to get to one more Bubble Beam, securing them to have low attack when we do bring in our next Pokemon here. I do not know if they do have Fire Punch 100% yet. We know they have Thunder Punch. They're going to be swapping immediately into their Stunfisk here, which it sounds good to me because Earthquake's not very effective. Rock Slide, we can take about 3 of those. So there's the first one there. We're building up a lot of energy here. We're going to go ahead and take this. Well, we're shielding it up. Okay, I guess. Because, you know, Earthquake's not going to really threaten us so much, so it's just the Rock Slide. So we have to think about getting off that Earthquake, swapping into Mawile, taking them out before they get off their energy. They're going in with the Azumarill, and we're going to go straight for the Iron Head here. With our Meganium still alive, let's see if we're going to be able to pull this off. And we're able to get to another Iron Head, but that Azumarill has a farm down in mind. That's not great. So if they build up to 2 Ice Beams, we're not going to be looking hot. They're swapping into Hypno, which helped me win. I'm going to show you why. So we're going to go down here. Going to go in with Meganium. They allowed us to farm. We're going to be able to hit this Frenzy Plant before they're able to, and I know they have about 2 Ice Beams ready to go. GG's, we take the win there. If they would have stayed, I think they would have won. Alright, I've made plenty of mistakes like that myself. Moving it on to the next battle here. We're going to be met with a Galvantula. So yes, I'm starting with Shadow Mawile for pretty much all these battles. A few down the line here where I don't have it in the lead. So we had a great lead there. They're swapping into a Azumarill. We've seen this once. We've seen it once. We've seen it 100 times. So here we go. We're going to be taking that Ice Beam. As you can see, Meganium can take that. Very nice, very comfortable. Building up to 2 of these Frenzy Plants. We're going to be getting off the first one. They're shielding that up. Able to get to another one here. Let's see if they want to decide to commit to 2 shields onto that Azumarill. They do, letting go both of their shields. So I think, all right, so what should I do? Shield this up? Yeah. Shield this up and then maybe even farm a little bit extra. No, I hit it immediately. Okay, we don't want to get too risky here. Fine, that's fair enough. Going for that Frenzy Plant, taking him out, shieldless, bringing in the Galarian Stunfisk. Now, I feel like I should shield this and then go Earthquake, but I guess I have other things in mind. So we're letting it go down, bringing in the Suicune here. Going to go ahead and lower the attack. So Earthquake is going to be doing neutral. Rock Slide is going to be doing neutral. But we have lowered the attack, so we really don't have too much to worry about with Suicune being a fairly tanky Pokemon, as well as dropping that attack. They're swapping back into Galvantula. I knew that was going to happen. This is beautiful. We're going to go ahead and shield this up, vamp up that Fire Fang, and we're going to be looking good to go. Straight for that power-up punch, and Mawile is going to take control. Alright, they're obviously, they have no more shields, so not very effective. Vamping up the Fire Fang. In comes the Galarian Stunfisk. A little bit of lag there. Pretty dang annoying when that does happen. And I'm just going to let you know, if you start running into some lag and the screen is not registering your taps, and you're just sitting there, or your opponent's sitting there, I don't want to sound like somebody who wants to take advantage of, you know, certain things that are happening in Go Battle League for lag or whatever, but I'm going to urge you to do not stop tapping. Do not stop tapping, because a lot of times, 75% of the time, that energy is going to catch up with the tapping you were doing, and you're going to have all that energy, and your opponent was in the same boat with you. So don't stop tapping. Good game for that last one here. Met with a Venusaur. Great. They're going to be swapping into the regular Stunfisk, and we love it. We want to see that. We're going to be going right into our Meganium here. Now what I do is get a little greedy, I guess you can say. So we are, what we want to do is not necessarily come out of this battle with a lot of health. We want to be kind of low, so we're not going to get farmed. All right, the Meganium is doing what it needs to do. It's going to be taking this thing out here. So we're finally getting off this Frenzy Plant, just hitting barely any of those. We don't even need to do that. They decide to shield it up and then swap into their Venusaur. I just systematically go for Earthquake, and then I'm going to be making a swap back into my Mawile here, getting a shield out of them, which is pretty good. Technically, I don't have to shield this up, but we don't. Okay, we're going to put all our chips on Suicune in the back. Technically, didn't need to hit this Iron Head. That was kind of a waste of energy. So since the Venusaur is out of the way, this is a threat to our Suicune as well, but we're going to be able to hit it with super effective anyways. But our Meganium is still alive, so we're just going to go ahead and go right back in here with that, hitting that Frenzy Plant. They have no more shield, so this is going to KO. And they have a Skarmory in the back. They take us out immediately, gaining a bit of energy. Suicune having 2 shields up against the Skarmory with a little bit of energy, absolutely no problem. We're going to shield this up, no problem. And then we're just going to keep hitting these Bubble Beams until we're in a comfortable position to start hitting the Ice Beams once we did lower their attack low enough for us to continue to do that. So here comes the next attack, expecting another Sky Attack. I don't think they want to drop their defense quite yet. So I feel like it's time to start going for these Ice Beams here, which are going to be doing decent chunks, as you can see. And we're gaining that energy quick with our quick move. Just amazing with Snarl, right? So we're going to be shielding it up. So good thing we put all our chips on the Suicune for the end with the 2 shields. And we're going to be able to secure the win with the Ice Beam on that Skarmory. Fantastic, folks. Moving it on to the next battle here. Let's see what we're going to be met with. It's going to be a Whimsicott. Very spicy. Looking good already. They're going to be swapping into Stunfisk. Technically could have just stayed in that fight. But the Meganium up against Whimsicott, we're going to be able to hurt it. Still not very effective. Suicune, it's not taking super effective from the Charm, but it does have a Grass move, which Charm's going to take forever to finally get there. But I just feel like this is the comfortable play that I needed to do. So anyways, we're going to be going for that Frenzy Plant. Could have went for Earthquake at this point and taken them out, but they're just, letting it go through here as we continue to waste our energy. Getting a shield out of them finally. So we have to think about what do we want to do. Do we want to shield this up or let it go? We're going to let it go, taking the risk here. So what are we going to do? Go back in here with Mawile and just farm down. Hopefully they don't have a hard counter to it. Let's see what the last Pokemon is going to be is a Mawile. Wouldn't call that a hard counter because of how much these Iron Heads do. Take a look. I mean, kind of, we're already bringing it down to half health. I mean, technically, it's not necessarily a hard counter. The thing is, Mawile's squishy, and anything it does throw at us, it is going to hurt to some degree. So Mawile can hold its own up against an Azumarill. So we're going to fake them out here. They didn't fall for it. Very nice. We're going to be swapping into Suicune immediately. If they shielded that, we would have continued on potentially, or probably just swapped anyways. So they're going to be going into their Whimsicott. Now check it out. Like I was describing, we do have Hydro Pump here. In every situation where I really needed a Hydro Pump, it didn't really come into play. In every situation I really needed Ice Beam, it came into play a few times because I used it so much, but go figure, as soon as I switch it, now I don't have it. All right, so we're going to be going down there. We did lower the attack. This is going to be a very, very, very close battle. Hitting me with Grass Knot here. They did gain a ton of energy, but like we said, it's going to take forever for them to gain energy with the Charms, so they're not able to get to another charge move. Going for the Iron Head immediately here and able to take the win with the Mawile with like 3 HP onto that Azumarill. Like we said, it's not necessarily like a counter to Azumarill, but Azumarill's not going to counter your Mawile's heart or anything. So into the next battle, we're met with a Machamp. Not great. We're going to be swapping into our Suicune. Yeah, this was a bit of an issue. The Machamp right at the gate just hitting us hard here. So they're going to be swapping into Beedrill, which, okay, that works. This is going to not be something my Meganium wants to see. So this is kind of a good situation here, enabling us to lower the attack. Now we're just going to go for Hydro Pump here. Just another Bubble Beam. I'm just going to try to lower your attack. I'm not going to try to KO you or nothing. And down goes the Beedrill with Hydro Pump. We are down a shield, so still not in the best situation in the world. Going in with Machamp, able to get to this Bubble Beam, which is pretty big. Unfortunately, though, the Machamp has a lot of energy built up. Even with this attack dropped by 1 stage, it's still a pretty big threat. So we're going to go ahead and go with Meganium. They're going to be swapping into their dang Mawile. So let's go, Mawile gang. Getting countered by my own secret weapon here. Oh, it's not really a secret anymore. Letting it go through because I realized this is over. They got me. They got me. And yeah, simple as that. And props to you with that nice shiny Mawile. Best buddy at that. It's not Shadow. And do you need a Shadow Mawile to have it perform well in the Go Battle League? And I'm going to say not really. Shadow Mawile does have very, very specific matchups and where it does win because of that extra damage, but you could still run the regular Mawile and do great. As you can see, this trainer here just swept me up here, so good games. I almost copied that team right after I got done battling them. So we are going to be leading with the Lanturn right now. Looks great. This is a absolutely fantastic lead. Yeah, I mean, I guess it gets better than this, but this is almost as good as it gets. Expecting to swap, they're holding their ground here. Okay, that sounds good to me. But you're going to see what this team is going to have behind it. It's like the Mawile lead, except with the Lanturn this time. All right, so they're going in with an Azumarill. I'm like, well, what the heck do they have back there that does not want to see Lanturn? They had a Skarmory. They have an Azumarill, but what could be in the back that's also going to be weak to me? That definitely does not want to see me. Potentially a little Marowak, but we'll see. If we do take them out with this Lanturn, we're going to see anyways. So we're getting both shields here. I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is going to be Ice Beam, right? Okay, we could survive that. Bubble Beams aren't going to be doing much. Let's see if we're going to be able to get to Thunderbolt. Nope. Very close. Do I shield this up? We're going to let it go because we have Meganium. All right, so we're going to go right in here with our Meganium, and we're looking great. We're not going to shield this up because I don't think they can even get to it, and we're going to be able to survive. All right, down they go, and they have a Machamp in the back, so that's what... Okay. Machamp is afraid of Lanturn. All right, well, okay. So we're just going to go with the Frenzy Plants. We're looking great. Taking them out in one shot. Shadow Machamp, great league, extremely squishy. On to the next battle. Leading with Lanturn again, and I am running Water Gun. Recommended move is going to be Spark. I'm running Water Gun because of the current meta and the Pokemon that I do have in the back that I need to cover for with potential Water Gun. If I had Spark in this situation here, look how much damage I am doing with the Water Gun as opposed to Spark, where I probably would have done little to no damage at all at this point. So almost relying on my quick move. Also going up against a lowly Marowak, we're also going to be doing super effective. Now we are going to be dropping the super effective obviously to a Azumarill and to the Flyer like potentially a Skarmory with the Spark. But I'd rather pick up Water Gun with the team comp that I do have. It's been working great. They're going to be swapping into a Escavalier here, so this is great. We have the Mawile in the back, but watch, they let this go through. I really would have liked to get a shield out of them here because our Mawile would have been able to just go in and melt it as well as gain energy. But at this point, Mawile can go in here and take them out before they can even say ha ha ha. But I mean, what are we going to do now? So we have no more shields. They're going in with the Stunfisk. We're taking them out. That's pretty good. What do they have in the back? Is a Cresselia. Mawile has a good matchup against Cresselia. Moonblast is going to hurt. We're resisting everything, and that's the key, though. Nothing they throw at us is going to be neutral, right? Moonblast, Fairy, Grass, not very effective. Ice, not very effective. Psychic, not very effective. So we're looking good. The only problem is Mawile squishy. Going in here with the Lanturn, getting off a Thunderbolt, and we already know we're going to get hit by a Grass Knot. We should be able to survive this barely. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Able to get to a Thunderbolt. Oh man, this is going to be close, folks. Can we take them out? And we do, obviously, yeah. So taking the win with the Lanturn at the end. Building our way up to rank 8, folks. So we are a little behind because we did use our sets for the first day to try to get to rank 10 in Season 3. So we're a little behind everybody else. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Alright, so we're using Dugong. As soon as I wanted to test this out, we ran into a dang Razor Leaf Shadow user in the front. Should have expected that. Should have expected nothing less, to be honest. So we are obviously going to be going down. We got a shield out of them, which is pretty okay. We cannot go in with a Stunfisk because, well, yeah, it's just going to go down immediately, and nothing's very effective to that thing. I personally have used Shadow Grottle, and it is amazing. Body Slam is nice. Alright, so they're going in with Bastodon, and I had a bit of glimpse of hope. I was like, okay, let's see what we can do here. Our health is a little low on Mawile, but we're resisting that smackdown. Rock throw. Well, I mean, I keep getting it wrong. I know I keep saying this, mixing up those things, guys. Forgive me. Am I doing it intentionally? Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, they're going for Flamethrower. We're shielding it up. We're swapping into our Stunfisk, and they go into Cherrim. Gosh dang it. 2 Razor Leaf users and a Bastodon. Now, I have no problem with this team. Absolutely no problem. I want to make that clear. Just because I say that dang team, it doesn't mean I dislike it. See a lot of comments like, why do you hate on this? I don't care what you use. As a matter of fact, please use double Razor Leaf users and Bastodon. So this was a pretty close battle, but unfortunately, I'm going to be taking the L on that one. GG's. Moving it on to our next battle here. We're going to be met with a Bastodon, and we're using our Galarian Stunfisk as well as that Dugong in the back. So we're swapping into our Dugong into a Medicham, and we're taking super effective because we are Ice type. So yeah, that's a thing, unfortunately. But here's the thing. We're not, like, trying to win as hard as we can right now. We're just having a little fun. Because of the specific ranks and how they did change it until up to rank 9 and how you have to, once you get to rank 9, then you're going to actually have a score. But until then, you go up and all you need to do is gain wins. Now, I do think that once we do hit rank 9 and our score is revealed, it will reflect on how you did perform in past battles and past ranks. So hopefully I don't have like the worst score around when that does get revealed. But nonetheless, this is the time to have a little bit of fun. We're not going to be doing this in the entire season, obviously, but we still want to just test the waters on some Pokemon. We've had this Legacy Dugong for a long time. I was almost very close to Elite TMing it to Aqua Jet. All right, Aqua Jet's going to be a water type charge move that's going to be charging a little bit faster, a little bit less energy. As a matter of fact, it's about the same as Icy Wind. It takes 45 energy, I do believe. So yeah, but it didn't do it because I before I used an Elite TM, I just checked all this stuff, and apparently it has like a 75% win rate up against the Great League meta, but when I go from Water Pulse to Aqua Jet, it takes it down to like a 74, and why would I want to go down a percent with an Elite TM, right? But it does win some matchups that it didn't before, so that's why I was contemplating it. Anyways, this is going to be one dang close battle, folks. And we're able to take it with the Stunfisk at the end. GG. Let's keep it going here. So we have, like I said, pretty long video, like 40 minutes plus. So we're met with a Altaria here. So this is actually pretty good for us because Dragon Breath, it's a very annoying move, but Stunfisk, it's just going to take the Dragon Breath fairly well. And then when it comes to Sky Attack, it's not very effective. So a lot of people, what they like to do in this situation is go for Dragon Pulse. But let's see what this trainer decides to do here. He's going for Sky Attack. Great. And we're going to be able to get to another discharge here. This Sky Attack is not going to KO us. We're going to be on the cusp of going down, but we're not going to quite. And we should be able to take them out without using a shield here. But they decide to use a shield, which is fine. We got a shield out of them. We have a Skarmory and a Mawile. Guys, you like this team? What? Let's get it. You like that? Yeah, let's go. Double Steel. And a ground type to protect them. Well, the steels are protecting the ground type on the grass. So yes, it does have its vulnerabilities. Absolutely, every team does, but it's not, it's fun to test things out to see how it is going to perform. I haven't used Skarmory in some time. As a matter of fact, I don't even really think I've used it since it's received Brave Bird. I do know the potential of it because I go up against it all the time. Anyways, going to be going for the double Sky Attack here, bringing that Azumarill fairly low. Let's get it. What do I do? Shield this up or let it go? We're going to shield it up. We want to get off one more Sky Attack here. We could have went for a Brave Bird, but there's no point. Missing a bubble, but it doesn't matter at this point. They're going to be bringing in Cresselia. We're going to swap immediately into our Mawile here. So we've seen this before. We're going to be resisting everything. We just need to make the right calls. They're going for Grass Knot. Grass Knot. Thank goodness we didn't shield that up. Now here's my first mistake. I should have went for Iron Head. And I go for Power Up Punch. They let it go through. I'm like, great. Now I kind of almost have to commit to the Power Up Punch because you never know when they're going to shield and we're going to waste that energy. Might as well vamp up that Fire Fang. Let it go through again. What's going on over here? Watch what this trainer does. So going for a Grass Knot. Okay. Not very effective. I'm expecting another Grass Knot. Maybe they only have one move. Maybe they have Grass Knot and Ice Beam or Aurora Beam. Who knows? But they didn't use a shield and we're able to take that win. GG. So another Altaria versus Stunfisk here. So let's see what this trainer decides to do. I think they do go for a Dragon Pulse, so you're going to be able to see the comparison on how that does work out. And obviously, if I did want to use a shield, we would have been in a much better position to survive and potentially take them out. But I just feel comfortable enough to let it go down, seeing that we do have two Steel types in the back that can handle this with ease, especially the Fairy and Steel, which is massively resisted on the Dragon type moves. So they're going for that Dragon Breath. Well played, well played. So going for the Dragon Breath is going to take a little bit more energy. So we're going to go Discharge. We're able to win that matchup without using a shield. They're bringing in their Galarian Stunfisk and taking us down by farm. That's not great. We're holding on to two shields. They have an energy advantage, so I have to shield this up. It could be an Earthquake. This guy Oh, baited me well. We're going to be swapping into our Skarmory. And I, don't know exactly how this is all going to play out. So I'm just really kind of playing it by ear here. Wanted to hit this Brave Bird at some point, but that's going to lower our defense. So we're just certainly not going to do that. Missing bubbles like a scrub. Lovely. Able to get to another Sky Attack. Let's not miss any bubbles this time, champ. All right. And they're shielding it up this time, though. That's just, beautiful. Gotta love that. So what we're going to do here, let it go. And it's farming us a little bit more. Everything is on Mawile. Mawile, it's all up to you, buddy. So are we going to shield this up? No, I think we let this go through to Nice Beam. Fine. Now we're getting real close here. They're swapping. I think they just gave us a win condition, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. All right, so building it up. We have 2 power-up punches. This is going to vamp up our Fire Fang quite significantly. Let's go, let's go. We're hitting another one here. Can we take out the Azumarill, though? That is the question. I don't know. This is getting a little close, and we're able to take him out. Can we farm him down? Can we farm him down? Yes. They had a shield left. Mawile taking on an Azumarill with Fire Fang. Let's go. All right, on to the next battle. We're going to be met with a Victory Bell, and we're starting it off with the Shadow. So this is great. Obviously, we love this. And we're just going to be waiting for them to swap. They do not swap, so we're just going to stay in here. They're going in Meganium. Oh, snap. We already know what it is. So we're going to go ahead and shield that up and just protect this Mawile to the bitter end. So, again, a lot of people like to trick me because they know how well Mawile is going to be performing. They know my strategy, basically shield everything up. And then once they get all my shields, we could have been left vulnerable to something that we're actually weakened in the back. That's not going to be the conventional team that you're going to see with this line. So what are we going to do? Going with Suicune and farm? Yeah, boy, let's get it. All right, what do you have in the back? It is going to be a Bastodon. Fantastic. So what we're going to do is just hit Hydro Pump. We're not even playing. Now, this is one of those situations where Hydro Pump is beautiful on Suicune. Look at that damage. We're going to be able to take a Stone Edge. No problem. Now, I kind of go... it's a little bit of a mistake. I hit Bubble Beam. I should have just won another Hydro Pump. This prolongs the battle unnecessarily longer than it needs to be. So at Stone Edge, it's been reduced in damage, and we're going for another bubble. This is still not going to KO. We're going to basically finish him off by quick move. So a little bit of unnecessary maneuvering here, but we're still able to take the win. I felt like almost like playing with my food. No offense to that trainer. I just wanted to test it out to see what it was capable of, I think is what I was doing there. So we're met with a Galarian Stunfisk. Great. They're swapping into Haunter. It kind of stumped me, and I was like, I had to think quick. You have to be on your toes, right? You have to know immediately what you need to do. So I processed it as fast as I could and thought about, okay, Snarl, let's go ahead and go in with Suicune. They built up a lot of energy, expecting us to shield. We didn't give them a single shield, which is great because they could have taken us out with potentially Sludge Bomb or Shadow Ball. Able to get to another Bubble Beam, but they're hitting that charge move first, so that's fine. They're releasing all of their energy, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and go back in here with the Mawile. Since they went in with the Haunter, that was a very odd Pokemon to go in with. They have an Azumarill in the back. They didn't want to go straight hard counter, which, okay. We have Meganium, which we're going to go ahead and swap into. We know we're not going to get hard countered because we know there's a Stunfisk in the front, in which we have a great matchup with both of these Pokemon with the Meganium. So we're going to go ahead and swap. We're looking great. Going for the Frenzy Plant, thinking that they maybe want to shield this up. They don't. We could have went for Earthquake. So at this point, I think the play is to let this go through, and we're going to have to... This is one aggressive farm down, I think. Yeah. So we're going to be fine as far as the quick moves on both of the Pokemon. We have a shield left. Can we farm it? Can we farm it? Can we get it down? We don't need much health up against the Azumarill. We're really pushing it to the limit here, folks. So we're going for that Frenzy Plant. One shield, and then they're vulnerable at this point. We're going to be able to get this Frenzy Plant through. This should KO. Absolutely, and take the win with the Meganium holding on by a thread. Fantastic. Moving it on to the next battle here, we're going to be met with a Galarian Stunfisk with our own Stunfisk. Now, who do you think is going to be better off in this situation? If you're not familiar with this matchup, just see how much this Mud Bomb does, and you're going to see exactly. So they bait me right off the bat. They're already in a good position. That would have done hardly anything to us. They got a shield. That Mud Bomb doesn't do enough to be in a good, comfortable position up against it. So we're getting one shield out of them. But they overfarmed. One Earthquake at this point is going to KO. One Earthquake will not take you out with the regular Stunfisk, but it will bring you very low. At this range of health, though, it would have easily KO'd. So we're building up to 2 Mud Bombs here. So let's get to the point. Is it a good matchup for us? Not really. It's not horrible. It's not bad. It's kind of an iffy situation for both of us, right? But I feel like the more comfortable Pokemon is going to be the Galarian because it just one-shots with Earthquake. Bringing in the Shiftry here. I think this might be like one of the last battles. So we're going to farm down aggressively again. All right, we have to call these things. There's no more shields. Guys, this isn't looking good. I don't know about this one. They got a Skarmory here. How are we going to do this? We're going to go Mawile. They're going to counter us, though. Mawile's going to, be able to tank this. Might be a Brave Bird. It's a Sky Attack. Okay, doing about almost a little bit less than half. In comes the Azumarill. Yeah, we probably lost this for sure, huh? Hey, it was fun. It was a good run. It was a good run, guys. So Ironhead doing a decent amount of damage here. And they're farming us down aggressively. Not a good thing. So they're going to have a loaded energy ready to go. And we're in a horrible position. But our Shiftry has a bunch of energy. We hit this immediately. Guys, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. And then the Skarmory comes in. We have enough to get to a foul play. And this is going to KO. Let's get it, folks. So with that said, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll be keeping you up to date on everything Pokemon Go and bringing you the news. Take care, trainers. And thanks for watching. Thank you.